Date, time, and temperature. Saturday, June 28th, 2025, 8:17 a.m. at 63 degrees. I need to brew myself a coffee before we enter the pop culture zone. For today's detour, you and I are traveling to Boxborough, Massachusetts to celebrate the 40th anniversary of the Northeast Collectibles Extravaganza. My friend Gary's been hosting this convention for the last 40 years. I've been attending it maybe for the last 15 years or so. It's always a great day treasure hunting for artifacts from my past. Toys, records, cassette tapes, posters, action figures. You name it, it's here. It's always awesome. It's always a great day. So join me, if you will, to take in the sights, the sounds, the smells. Hopefully there's not too many smells. And tastes of the Northeast Comic-Con and Collectibles Extravaganza here on its 40th anniversary. Man, what another crappy weekend here in Massachusetts during the spring and summer. July 4th is like next week. That's mind-blowing. It's been raining basically for the last 17 weekends in a row. Last weekend was okay. But yeah, this is like 17 weekends in a row where it's been raining. As I always show you when I come to the Boxborough Regency Hotel, I love the lobby area here. Well, the atrium area, I'll call it, of the Boxborough Regency with the fountains and the indoor pool and like so like classic like 70s looking. This is great. Here is the layout of the land for the Collectibles Extravaganza. Damn, check out that Sesame Street lunchbox and that Kung Fu thermos. What year are these Flintstones blow molds from? Where else are you gonna see Big Boy, the California Raisin, and Bullwinkle all in the same video? Who do you guys dig more, the Beatles or the Monkees? And who could mess up a city more, Godzilla or the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man? Classic Mr. Potato Head. This is like, I think that's if you actually use an actual potato. This is before like the plastic potato head came out. Saw this last time I was out here and it didn't sell. Maybe I'll take it home with me. The Monster Madness, which is a board game. Michael Jackson collector cards. I definitely had those back in the 80s as a kid. And I definitely had the Michael Jackson action figure. Here are some of his clothing for that said action figure. I definitely had the beaded jacket for my figure. You see this in the background of every ending of every detour. I still have my Darth Vader Kenner Star Wars action figure carrying case. That's super vintage of Walt Disney's Donald Duck projector. If you're a fan of pro wrestling and a fan of cartoons, you definitely remember Hulk Hogan's Rockin' Wrestling. Here's a Hulk Hogan bendable figure, $200. I gotta see if I can talk Gary down from 200. I definitely need to add this to my home collection. Oh my gosh, check this out. I have to have Gary over here and tell me more about these. Aloha, Gary.
Aloha, Derek. Welcome to the dance.
This is the guy that runs the show.
Hippie in charge.
Happy 40th anniversary of the Collectibles Extravaganza.
Thank you. You're not old enough to be there on the first one, but okay, thanks for coming.
Well, I'm 51, so actually I was technically old enough to be there, but I probably wouldn't remember anything.
Yeah, the first one was when Adam West actually came.
Yep.
It was only $10 an autograph for Adam West.
Yeah.
And it was a line all day.
Classic Batman.
He was the best.
Gary, listen, you know I'm a big Universal Monster fan. You gotta tell me about these things down here. What's up with these?
These are robots made in the 1980s. They were from Japan.
Yeah.
And they were specially sculpted heads and feet and hands and special lithographs done. There was only 5,000 made, set of 4. I have a set, can be yours. Now that's scary.
How much?
For you?
Yeah, for me. Or for anybody.
$1,200 for the set.
Okay. Can I pay in installments?
Yeah, you can. You can give a $1,500 deposit, and I'd be happy to refund the balance.
Gary, what year are these Remco Universal Monsters
Again,
from?
back to the 1980s when Universal was licensing their characters in a big, heavy way.
Yeah.
So, sometime, I think these are 88. It might have been 84. They were marked.
So you got Frankenstein. Who else you got over here? You
These
got
are
the
actually
Phantom?
1980.
1980?
Yeah, they made a set of 6 of these originally. They made them in both variations, the glow and the non-glow.
Yeah.
And they're very hard to find mint on the card. And they're like $300 per figure.
Woo!
A bargain at twice that price.
I'm not good at math. How old was I in 1980 if I was born in 1974? Oh, I was 6 years old.
Yeah, you probably had those.
I got that.
I bought those from your mom at a yard sale.
Hey, you bringing my mom into this? I've never purchased anything from Gary. I feel like I owe it to him to do so, since he always lets me into this convention free of charge. You know, I'm a huge Universal Monsters fan. I love this pin set. $50 for a set of 6. Do you like these monsters? Or do you like these monsters? What do you think?
These are all reproductions.
Okay.
These are all fake. Every single one of them.
What?
Absolutely. Every one was made. Currently, you can tell. Now, you want to know how you can tell?
Tell me.
Look at the gloss on them.
Okay.
These originally were printed on paper.
Yep.
Paper put in with a piece of plastic over it and stamped on a button machine.
Okay.
Button making machine. Now, the real ones that they made of these were printed right on the tin. Like these. Where did those ones go? Like these ones here, our originals came in a gumball machine, and you'd be lucky enough to get one amongst a bunch of other crap. And then you look at these, and you can see how the difference between these, which are authentic, and you look at the printing, and you look at these, and you can see that these are just totally reproductions. And that's how you tell. Years and years of experience looking at crap. And you can tell good crap from bad crap.
Well, I'm glad that I came over here and you told me the history of these pins.
I love pins and buttons because they're small and it designates a certain time in history. And they made a lot of things. I collect campaign buttons, and I collect what are called Jugits. A Jugit
What's a Jugit?
A Jugit is a campaign button with a picture of the presidential candidate and the vice presidential candidate on the same button. And as of 2024, it was the first year that there were not Jugits made for the Democratic candidate in history. And the Democratic candidate did not win because there were no Jugits. That's just my opinion.
Now, see, I woke up this morning not thinking I was going to learn anything new today, and here I am learning new stuff.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But school is in session for weirdos.
Hey, and parking's free, and it's always guaranteed fun, right? Is that the same?
Guaranteed not boring.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh! These are rad, these classic Disneyland pins, and it looks like there's also name tags for people that used to work at Disneyland. I see a Steve, Eric, Debbie. I'm digging these King Kong pins. I made it to the top of the Empire State Building. So you must have bought those at the Empire State Building. Those are cool pins. See, I'm so old. Back in the day, we didn't have those Lord of the Rings movies. This is what we had. We had the animated cartoon movie with Bilbo Baggins and Gandalf and Samwise. Frodo, of course. This is what I had back in the day for Lord of the Rings. Gary's got more Roger Rabbit stuff than you can shake a carrot at. Is Roger even 8 carrots? A Roger Rabbit blow-up buddy. Do you want to be caught blowing Roger Rabbit? Oh, those color forms. Gotta love old technology. Texas Instruments. Talkboy. Remember these things? They were like portable microphones. I think you could maybe change your voice. Almost like Scream before Scream. Cassette tapes. I still have a device that I can actually play these on. Oh yeah, I used to go through these things. In fact, all my college radio shows, and when I was professional radio after college, all my shows are on these audio tapes. I still have them. I need to bust them out. Go back and listen to a Derek Boston radio show. Look at that boombox. Do you guys call this a boombox back in the day, or some people would call it a ghetto blaster? I called it a boombox. This would be kind of awesome to have back in the pop culture room, just on display. Ancient technology. The Back to the Future LP. This is tempting. For $25, I can go home with Jimmy Buffett's Havana Daydreamin'. It's one of my favorite Jimmy Buffett songs. I'm kicking myself and getting rid of all my Disney VHS collection. I gave it to my sister when she had some daughters, and, well, by that point it was media that was no longer used, so I think she probably just chucked them. But I wish I held on to those, man. I remember those clamshell cases for the Disney VHS tapes. Of course, you can't have a collectible show without having some comic books. Oh yeah, you know that I have a Slim Jim Macho Man holder back at the apartment. Yeah, but I don't have this one. Yeah. I definitely had this, the program for WrestleMania 3. I was at WrestleMania 3. Well, not at the actual WrestleMania 3. I was at the closed circuit television. I believe it was Boston University in their arena. Fun fact, my dad also tried busting somebody for smoking a joint in the bathroom. He's a cop. He was definitely out of his jurisdiction. Macho Man lost the belt to Randy Savage, and Hulk Hogan retained his belt over the 8th wonder of the world, Andre the Giant. Classic, one of the best WrestleManias. I don't know if I've ever seen these Gremlin figures. Just don't feed them after midnight. Oh, damn, check that out. And I'm not even talking about Michael Jordan and Space Jam. I'm talking about these McDonald's action figures. Look at that. It's Big Mac, the cop. Of course, you got Grimace right there. Oh, 89 Batman, by the way. Is that a tiny figure of Sabu? Wow. I've never seen those large Kiss action figures. Are those even action figures at this point? Those are like a small child. I spy a bin of Cabbage Patch Kids. I wasn't into these, my sister was. But if you're looking for them here in the year 2025, they got them. I feel like I'm watching Royal Rumble 1990 right now. Yo, Joe. You guys know I'm a huge fan of the Planet of the Apes. Check out these Mego figures over here. Evel Knievel Overload. We got these over here, Mego Evel Knievel. We got these over here, Evel Knievel. What's your favorite Evel Knievel stunt?
I like the simple going over, jump on my bicycle.
Yeah? Okay. Oh, check it out. We got Universal Monsters here. Wolfman, Dracula, Frankenstein. This rubber King Kong figure is from either the late 60s or early 70s. I feel like I had this. This thing feels very familiar. This rubber King Kong. $20. This might be have to go home with me and add to the collection. Castle Grayskull. I definitely had that as a kid. I don't think I have these turtle action figure carrying cases. I don't remember being like a big Turtles collector. I think that was like that was like 90s. For $25, you could take Archie home. Speaking of Archie, which one was your favorite girlfriend, Archie? Were you more of a Betty or Veronica fan? I think I was more of a Betty. Who's winning in this fight, Freddie, Michael, or Jason? Every year I say I'm going to finish my McDonald's glass collection. I don't have this guy. I'm not a Filet-O-Fish fan, so that's why I haven't collected him. But, I mean, you got to add him, right? It's part of the collection. I'm a huge fan of the classic Clash of the Titans. Got Perseus over here. Of course, Pegasus the horse. If they had Medusa, I'd pick her up and bring her home with me. So I have that classic Chewbacca. What year is that from?
77.
So I have that, but I don't have, like, what's the thing going across his chest?
Satchel.
Yeah, I don't have that anymore. It's just, I basically have I have a Bigfoot. He looks like he should be fighting the $6 million man.
Hey, at least you kept something.
Yeah, right? My parents never threw it out when I went to college. They have the Bigfoot action figure from the $6 million man. That's the Bigfoot that Andre the Giant played back in the classic TV show. They have the Shogun Godzilla over here, complete with firing fist. I still have my Shogun Godzilla, but I'm missing that right fist. You know, the one that fires. Not only do they have the Shogun Godzilla, they also have the Shogun Alien. This booth is great. It's got everything from Rainbow Bright down to My Little Pony. Is that Snuffleupagus? Got some Care Bears over here. Even got a sad E.T. Why are you looking so sad, E.T.? No dial tone to phone home? I'm not sure what this is, but I definitely know about the Ghostbusters Firehouse. I'm a big Epcot fan. I love Figment. I bought a Figment and an astronaut outfit earlier this year. I think I might have to buy a Figment lifting weights. And this Mickey Mouse is kind of cool. What year is that from? Is that a Back to the Future Part 2 Nike? Glow Friends. That was like a worm, right? Cowabunga, dude. This is kind of making me hungry for some pizza. Retro technology meets new school technology. See, kids, this is what we call a rotary phone. Does it still work? I should try calling my cell phone. No, it's not working. It's just giving me a hard busy signal. I'm a little hungry. Do I just get a slice of cheese pizza and a beer, or do I get a combo meal of maybe 2 slices of pizza with some chips and a soda, or some chicken tenders and a bag of chips and some soda? This is definitely a me problem, not a you problem. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a total fat guy. You gotta get the combo meal, right? 2 slices of cheese, some chips, and a Diet Coke. I'm trying to be healthy with the Diet Coke. And they weren't selling any beers. Oh, yeah. So much pop culture goodness going on over here. Of course, you got the Ghostbusters, Ecto-1, you got Critters, Beauty and the Beast, Transformers. Seeing some Jurassic Park over there. Matchbox cars. Nice. I think I showed these in my last Northeast Comic Con video. The Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid action figures. Great movie. Are you more of a Transformers or a GoBots person? I still have my Hulk Hogan and Bruce the Barber Beefcake LJN wrestling action figures from the 80s. Never got rid of those. I also still have Greg the Hammer Valentine, Jimmy Superfly Snuka, Corporal Kirshner, Nikolai Volkov, and I believe that's the Iron Sheik down there. I see his boots. I still have all my Raiders of the Lost Ark action figures. I got the Mechanic, of course I got Indy, I have Toth, I have the Swordsman. Still have all my Star Wars action figures as well. My parents never threw those out when I went to college. I no longer have my Masters of the Universe He-Man action figures. I think my parents, well, they definitely threw those out because I don't have them in my possession anymore. But yeah, I had them all. Dune. I saw the original Dune movie back in the 80s. I was never like really a fan where I was like collecting the toys from it though. Yeah, I'm mistaken. I thought that was Rambo. That's Rocky. It clearly says it right there. Which is cooler, Rocky or Andre the Giant? They both fought Hulk Hogan. Ooh. Fangoria. My buddy Joey and I used to ride our bikes to the local convenience store back in the 80s and pick up all the Fangorias. Yep. And I had a number of these taken away. I would bring them to school. I was like in 5th grade bringing these things to school. Yeah. And so I no longer have mine because they were all confiscated.
Well, it's funny because I did the same thing. I would go to the local store. I think it was Store 24.
Yeah.
And I would go and hey, how's it going?
Exorcist 3.
I still have all those. You know, these aren't the ones, I got these in a lot, but...
Yep.
Yeah.
And these definitely aren't the ones that I had. I had like...
These are mainly 90s and...
Yeah, I had like 80s Fangoria.
Yeah.
But still cool.
Some of them are big bucks.
Yep. Yeah. Nintendo Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. This is definitely copyright music, but what do you like better, RoboCop or Michael Jackson's Captain EO? Godzilla! Elvis Presley Icons Collection. Ooh, it is hot. Nice. Garbage Pail Kids. Oh man, I don't think I've ever seen this Smurf space playset. I still have one Smurf from my childhood. I had a whole collection. I still have one. I never thought the Beatles were scary until right now. Hey, Gumby. I remember watching Gumby. It was back to back. Remember that old show, David and Goliath? It was like a religious claymation show. Wow, bringing back memories. I feel bad for that bendable junkyard dog figure. He's all alone. He's lonesome. No other WWF bendable figures to go with him. Got some Return of the Jedi action figures still on card from Toys R Us. How much was this back in the day? I don't have my glasses on. I can't see, but I have him. I have him. I got 3PO. You know what? I didn't show any Muppets in this episode. R.I.P. Muppets at Hollywood Studios. R.I.P. Muppets 3D. There you go. There's the Swedish chef for you. Paul Stanley Kiss costume. Classic. Are those original Barbies over here? Pez. Definitely a big part of pop culture. Legos are getting out of control, but I love it though. Check out that Darth Vader Lego mask. Well, that's going to be it for my time here at the Northeast Collectibles Extravaganza. Good way to kill a couple hours. Didn't pick up anything. I was on my eternal search for that Godzilla firing fist. Gary didn't have one. No other vendor tables have one. It's on eBay. I can purchase it there. This week I continued on with the pop culture. I went and saw the brand new Superman movie. I highly enjoyed it. Kind of reminds me of the old school Christopher Reeve Superman movies. I also watched WCW and WWE superstar Bill Goldberg wrestle his final match on Saturday night's main event. And to round out the week of pop culture goodness, I also went and saw the Back to the Future musical in Boston during its Boston stop. I enjoyed it. It's a little bit different than the movie, but it's still Back to the Future. Well, that's going to be it for this detour documenting the Northeast Collectibles Extravaganza. You know what to do next. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. It helps more people see the video. Leave a comment down below. I always answer all the comments. If you haven't done so yet, please consider subscribing to Detours. Click that red subscribe button while you're clicking away. Click that small bell. It'll give you instant notification every single time I upload a brand new Detour. I invite you to check me out on social media. I'm on Instagram at Derek Millen, DerekMillen. I also have a Facebook group, Derek Millen's Detours. I got to give a big thanks and a shout out to those Detour viewers that help support the channel financially by donating to my Patreon page. Big shout out to Karen O'Reilly, Marshall Brown, Peter Jargalos, Dane Lavender, Steve Davis, C. Marie, David Goldman, Matthew Harton, Megan Milliman, Stephen Brady, Emilio Flores, Danielle Benedenti, Jeff Knudsen, Hubie Dubois, Mac Mallow, Brian Dugan, Ron Crocker, Ben Smith, Vesper and Ollie Anderson, Senior U-Team, Bitchy Witch and Spooky, Jonathan Shealy, Joel Riendo, James Himmelman, Tenacious Day, Girl Meets History, Runty and Mr. Beanie, Joe and Stacy, Steve White, Bill Lutz, Richard Klacka, Zombie Joe, Keith and Don Gagne, John Bryson, Taylor and Courtney Wingard, Jenny Cooper, the Pierce family, John Nelson, John and Mel, Jesse DeStasio, Renee Gunter, Dan Hanlon, Michael Hawk, Melanie Ramos, Dave Fringer, Shaz and Simon Birmingham, Deshaun and Jackie Hawkins, the Rusted Rabbit, the Rebecca Sniffen family, Tom Phelan, George Lopez, Will Lewison, Courtney and Jordan, David Coca, Trey and Ginny, James Cooper, Pantelis Jargalos, Alexandra and Frank, the Deans, Juan and Lenny Martinez, Misty Dawn Wagner, Lori Schoenhard, Danielle Burns, Devin and Shannon Gores, Michael, Krista and Sophia, and Neil and Nikki. Thank you all so much for your generous donations, and thank you so much for enjoying my content that much that you want to help support the channel financially. You guys are the best viewers. I wish you a happy, a healthy, and a super safe 2025. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next Detour.